Hi, I'm Wayne.
And I'm Lorraine. And we are on the off-ramp.
And today we are traveling to Asessippi Provincial Park in western Manitoba, just about on the Saskatchewan border.
And this is an entirely new campground to us, so we're pretty excited about checking it out. And we've been told, and I read about it, there's great fishing there. So hopefully we get a chance to do that.
So this is kind of how we get to spend our retirement years or our encore years, just exploring Manitoba this year and traveling in our RV.
Yes, being able to do this in our Sprinter van, the two of us, checking out the beautiful scenery of Manitoba.
And I think we were figuring out today that by the time we're said and done at the end of August, we had spent 52 days in our van.
It's been amazing. We've seen a lot of our province. Here we are in Bay 5, Site 29. Wow, this is a pretty deep site. It would be a great fit for a big rig. Looking forward to seeing how we'll use it. We don't have a big rig. Their way it is, loading up with some water that has a warning sign that we need to boil it before we can drink it. It's a very deep site. It's gorgeous. It's a very deep site. It's good. Looks pretty level too, so one of the disadvantages of driving straight to our site instead of stopping at the camp office is then you don't end up picking up a camp map. So until now we've been always just downloading or putting the map on our phones and then looking at the map before we come. But I like having a paper copy ready to look at, so I know where the washrooms are, the pathways, how close we are to the beach, and having that on hand all the time. Wade and I have looked at that, on our devices, but we haven't taken the time to pick up a map, so we might go back and do that. What really is getting me is I am definitely smelling fried fish around here. So someone is having fish for supper, lucky them. I always like seeing how well people clean up their sites after they leave. I don't mind if a piece of firewood is left in the pit due to coil. Not a big deal, we'll probably use it. No garbage on the property, it's great. You can go that way a little more. Come here. Come. Okay, stop. I didn't want to know how far back you wanted to come. Come take a look at this. I figured this gives us space to put junk behind.
Are you coming back deeper yet?
Yeah, you could.
I think I'll come back a little deeper yet.
It just feels a little bit lower.
Something smells rank.
Something smells rank back here, yeah. Like something died.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you know, it's like somebody's thrown their fish guts into the bush or something.
Because of the heat, we put our foil reflector on the windshield this time around too. It'll just help keep the van a little bit cooler, even though the AC is working. It's working pretty hard. And we're set up for another 4 or 5 days. This is Asessippi Provincial Campground, Lake of the Prairies. And I guess what's known as part of the Assiniboine Valley. And this would be the area that I've been videoing is the beach area at the campground. There's even a little marina to park your boats. And apparently very good walleye fishing, so I think we'll come down to the dock tonight. You can rent boats here, but you need your boater's license, which I have, and you need a $300 cash deposit, which is easy. There's an ATM, but you also need to bring your own life jackets. That kind of slows you down on the boat rental, unless you have your own life jackets along.
Well, we were going to try to access a boat at some point, But apparently because of COVID, they didn't have life jackets. So we had to show up with our own life jackets. I don't know how they thought we'd have life jackets if we don't have a boat, but oh well. So we are going to fish off the end of this dock here in at our campground. And Wade's getting us all set up. And it is beautiful here.
This is what he saw.
Well, and this is what she saw. We're staying far enough away to keep our hooks from swinging at each other. Have I told you all how much I love our little red wagon and the man who always pulls it? Today it's full of our fishing gear and chairs, and he's going up a very steep hill to bring it up to the top where our campsite is. I don't take any of that for granted, but wow, the wagon sure comes in handy. Spent a little time here at this concession stand. It's got quite a selection of basic fast food items. Pretty neat for us to have a stop for ice cream right after we've been at the beach. Now we're gonna go for a drive with the van and do some exploring.
Lots of nice deep sights here at Asessippi Provincial Park. So if you have longer RV units, there's lots of room to put them in. And this is on Bay 5, and lots of privacy in a lot of these sites. So fifth wheel in there. But there is a section here that is also a little bit more open. But on Bay 5, if you use site 16 and up, you should get a pretty sheltered site. And with lots of privacy. It's the sewer dump station. Looks like you can go on either side. Oh, and they've got firewood here too. Here's another group use area, 1, 2, and 3. See, there's no cars behind me. And it looks like they've got a nice big picnic shelter there as well too. Hey, if you were to come here with a large group, there's a nice big picnic shelter, there's pit toilets, and it looks like a huge communal fire pit area as well too. And individual bays for camping. Well, that's kind of cool. If you're tenting or trailering, there's the picnic shelter. The group cooking area, fire pit area, and then little individual sites as well too. That's a nice setup. If you want to do a group family camping trip or a group friends trip, this could be a good place to come. And I saw there was a water tap back there too, so water supply is right here. Fish cleaning prohibited in campgrounds. I wish I wouldn't have read that sign. Electrical sites, nice big sites, relatively private. 3 cars, a boat, and an RV. That's not bad, that's lots of room. Those are big sites. If you come in the newer levels, the upper level of the park, there are more modern showers and bathrooms here. And also fill stations and dump stations. The disadvantage of being at the upper levels is that you do have a much longer distance to go to the beach. So I would think a lot of families would probably drive, especially if you have little kids.
Well, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Wade and I have been to the beach. We tried sitting outside in the shade, but apparently that's where the flies like to hang out as well. It's over 30 degrees, so here we are at 4 o'clock hanging out inside the van. Wade's editing photos, and I've set up a little bit of a art studio for myself to play with my paints and do some watercolor. And that's a weird thing to do, to spend time indoors, but we have been outside in the heat and batting flies, so here we'll sit for another little bit until supper time.
We left our house.
It's nice that our house can come with us wherever we want to go.
Yeah. And we saw a sign that said viewpoint, so we came out. And that's our view. Lake of the Prairies is basically the Asessippi River dammed up.
And it's huge.
Yeah, it's quite a large lake. We'll get to see a bit more tomorrow when we go fishing on the lake tomorrow. This fish belongs to me. This girl. Hey everyone, thanks again for joining us this week with On the Off Ramp.
We're especially appreciative of my brother Ken, who brought his boat out from where he lives out to the lake and took us fishing. He's part of Ken's Angler Services. If you want someone who knows how to fish, you should call him.
It's been a good week. We got featured on the Leisure Travel Vans blog page, and so a big hi to all the new subscribers that have come on from that page as well too.
Yeah, we got to tell our story of why we do our traveling with the leisure van and here in Manitoba right now.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Next week we're heading off to Grand Beach.
Yes.
And the weather looks like it's going to be a little bit cooler than what it has been, but...
And if you see us there, please stop by and say hello.
Yeah, come and say hello. And until then, oh yes, and...
Please, we encourage you to subscribe, like our channel, leave our comments. We love hearing your comments about our page. Ask us questions about the campground. And until we see you next week, hold your plans loosely.